Park.
1998 Phoenix Park races, and back here at the park, the FIAT Uno race, the noisiest class racing in Ireland these days, and this is our pole sitter and the grid. Clive Pratt, car number 49, is on pole. Alongside him, it's Mervyn Miller, then Greg Turley, and the first of the four ladies racing this afternoon, Michelle Graham, in the Evening Herald car. It's Seamus McArdle, Carl Leonard, Brendan Travers, Gillian Austin on the outside of row 4, Paul Riley, and then Graham O'Donoghue complete the top 10. So any second now, the 5-second board will be shown as the marshals make their way down the grid. They're going to check and see just where all the cars are positioned. Are they in the right places? That's the outside of the front row there. That is Mervyn Miller, car number 99. Hands are in the air. The 5-second board is being shown to the drivers. They can see it all the way down the grid. That is on the second row. That is Michelle Graham. The national flag will drop for this 8-lap race any time now, and away they go on this 8-lap race. And Clive Pratt, our pole sitter, makes an excellent start from the second row of the grid. Also Greg Turley makes an excellent start, and he should be in second place going into the first corner. Alongside him is Mervyn Miller, and there's 3 abreast going in, and leaving his braking far too late. That is Greg Turley, and he has gone off into the first corner, giving the advantage straight away to Clive Pratt.
Not a great start there, unfortunately, for Michelle Graham on the second row, but a super start from the third row. The blue and white car of Carl Leonard just shot down the inside, dropped across. Turley muscled his way through the gap, but unfortunately outbraked himself. But it's Clive Pratt as they go down the fastest part of the circuit here at the Phoenix Park. This is the longest straight. You'll see Turley in the black car, the Argus rent-a-car. He's just locking the front wheels. That's Miller on the outside, just swinging through. And on the inside, you see that, the little blue and white car, he's really made it up. And Michelle Graham there being bumped out. So the battle still, the front row are still together, and they're locked in. Michelle there getting caught out, getting caught all together on the grass, pulling the front bumper off. Everybody trying to avoid her. I think she's in trouble. I think the bumper has caught the wheel.
Complete carnage up in front of her. She actually seemed to beach the car, and as the cars are coming around the Argus corner, I think she's gone off and gone into the trees, unfortunately. That looked like Michelle Graham's car, who got it restarted again. Yes, unfortunately, she had a great day yesterday, but unfortunately today her race is over. She got beached onto that corner. As I say, a whole gaggle of cars tried to come around her. She got the car restarted again, but then came across a whole lot of traffic again, and this time crashed into the trees. We can see it once again here.
Now watch for the outside. The red car comes down the outside. Unfortunately, just caught there by Carl Leonard, who gets a shunt in the back. She's caught again as everybody's coming through, trying to avoid her. 1 or 2 going around the outside of her there. Michael Conway there in the blue, or the green and yellow car, making his way along there. I think Carl Leonard is out as well, so Graham out, so that's 4 or 5 of them out, and she just catches the 3 with the left hand front.
That was a case of real ping-pong racing there. Michelle Graham got caught right in the middle of that as cars were going by her left and right. Unfortunately, from her point of view, she just got bounced around and then slammed into the tree. Hopefully she'll be okay. I think she should be okay, because the front part of the car actually bounced in. But as Michelle Graham woes continue, these are the leaders. The front 2, Clive Pratt on the inside, down at the Ferry Glen corner once again. On the outside is Mervyn Miller, but Clive Pratt this time around, as they go past that incident in which Michelle Graham was involved. You can see her car there on the right-hand side, just pushed out of the way. Everything's okay for the rest of the racers.
And these two have it all their own way out front of them, pulling away. But Mervyn Miller, the man who's just come back for the Phoenix Park, used to race 205 Peugeots and touring cars a number of years ago, and we have a lady in 3rd place at the moment, Jill Austin, in the Marks Models car, so she's holding up the train, so we may have a lady yet on the podium. But the lads up front, will it be Miller or will it be Pratt? Side by side, Pratt on the inside line, Miller just pulling over to get that toe as they head down to Dublin Crystal. He's as close as he'll ever be, but they're pulling out. You can see in the background Jill Austin at the moment holding up the train. She's not afraid of these guys. Has done a lot of racing now, raced in the Rickmos last year. Miller out wide, Willie slingshot across the back. Well, Pratt, this is the quickest line. You see, he just gains a couple of car lengths, but Pratt is wise to him and keep the door closed, John.
And he will try and keep the door closed all the way down this straight, but Miller has got alongside, and if he can actually pull across the bows as they go down the Coca-Cola straight, he will have the inside line. As you can see, 1 or 2 of these cars, that is, I think that is car number 5 who's got some bad damage. In fact, it's car number 47, that's Niall Levy, who started on row 9. His race is run. He's pulling into the pits in front of us here. But this is the battle for the lead down to the Argus rental corner. It is on the inside, our pole sitter Clive Pratt, alongside him Mervyn Miller. Both these cars got away from what was happening behind them, and they're out on their own racing, and nearly touches they go around that corner.
Very close indeed, still using that outside line just to see could you sweep across the back and get a real run at it. But Clive Pratt has been racing Unos for a couple of years. He's wide to all the moves. He had to keep that inside line coming down to Argus because it's a very tight hairpin indeed. We can tell you that Jill Austin is still in third place, holding up the gaggle as they come down through this long sweeping S's. She'd been bumped down a bit. That was the Argus car of Turley that's been recovering, so obviously she made a mistake somewhere and she's been bumped down a couple of places. Now there, the black car is the one we saw on the first lap, which overshot at Dublin corner. But coming back, our lead is back to Dublin Crystal again, and you can see that he's well tucked in. Miller, he'll take a sweep out to the right. No, he's trying to dodge the left, or is it the right? But no, the battle is Pratt still holding that inside line, locking the wheel, just braking that little bit too late, and he's lost all the ground he gained.
Back, you may have seen in the background there, in third place was Brendan Travers. He's now moved up. That's car number 54. He's in third place overall. You can see him just in the background there as they go around the Dublin Crystal corner. And Greg Turley, who started the race in third place, is now finding himself down in fifth place overall. The battle for the lead has gone through there, down towards the Furry Glen for another time. The Argus Rentals corner, and once again they're side by side, but that, Brian, is not the line to take going into that corner. Can he get around in front?
Well, he can't get, unless he gets a slingshot that he can get in front of him before. But Clive can just hold, he can dictate the race from that position there, slow it down, and he can come off the throttle if he wants to, get Mervyn off the throttle and then power it through. So it'll take a brave manoeuvre from Mervyn to get really down the outside through the sweeps here, and they're still together.
The problem is, Brian, of course, coming out of that corner, if you do get down the inside, you're not allowed to overtake because the stationary yellow flag for that incident involving Michelle Graham, so he will have a problem going into the corner, and this the battle for third place.
Brendan Travers there still holding up, and in the background Jill Austin beginning to give Greg Turley a hard time. Leaders back out onto the Dunlop straight and going a little wide there, Clive Pratt, and you can see that Miller nearly caught the back bumper. He's just got a sling now. He should get alongside him coming down. Will he have it on the brakes? About a half a car length as he comes down, but remember that inside line, all important. Diving out again for the slingshot. Can he get on the back bumper as they go down onto the Cola straight? Just turning it back pretty quickly. A little nudge to remind me he's there, but Pratt keeps that door safely closed on the right hand side of the road, so Miller has to tuck in again. There's Brendan Travers, then Greg Turley, then Jill Austin. Jill Austin not letting Greg Turley away. She has him on her sights, just right on that back bumper, and these two have got to get their head down and catch up with Brendan Travers.
Well, we've just heard that Michelle Graham was stunned in that incident when she smacked into the tree. She's been taken to the medical centre at the end of race for observation, but we believe she's perfectly okay as the battle for the lead continues down into the Furry Glen.
And Miller again on the outside, just turning in tight there. He seems to lose out a little on braking, but Clive Pratt, one of three brothers that actually race in the Uno class, these 1300cc cars. They run on a Dunlop Sports threaded tire, which gives them plenty of grip. They can rev these little engines up to 8,000 revs, plenty of power. And coming down here as they are from the Ordnance Survey, you can see in the background that Jill Austin's actually got by Turley down there at Argus. Now she's leading him through. Now what she's got to do is get her head down, get away, and Miller goes on straight. Will he lose that second place? Getting back on the road, just left his braking that little bit too late, and this has made it all easy for Clive Pratt.
Certainly has. Going into the Saab corner there, he obviously tried this that little bit too hard, very, very late on the brakes, and went straight on. He went smashing into the curb. Thankfully, from his point of view, he was able to bounce up onto the grass, and at the end of the 5 laps, Clive Pratt has now opened up a considerable lead, 3.83 seconds. This, the battle for third into Dublin Crystal corner. Once again, it's Brendan Travers behind him, Jill Austin in the Marks Models car, and then Greg Turley is in 5th place overall.
This is the battle at the moment with our leader way out in front because of that little mistake by Mervyn Miller. Greg Turley very quick through the corner there, trying to get back on the bumper at Jill Austin. She wants to get away, and she doesn't want Greg Turley breathing all over when they come down into the hairpin. That's Pratt. That's Mervyn Miller. You can see the gap these two have pulled out. And then it's Brendan Travers in 3rd place, and then it's Jill Austin and Greg Turley. Pratt at the moment having a little breather, has Miller off his back bumper. Miller gets through there very tight indeed, and Greg Turley, who's the principal actually of Argus Rent-A-Car, coming down to a corner named after his own company, and you can see there that Jill Austin just muscled her way down the inside of Brendan Travers. Travers making a mistake, and Turley up alongside, and this will be hairy through the S's. He's on the outside. Remember that the Saab corner's a right-hander, but she doesn't take any prisoners. Now it is, who is it going to be late on the brakes? Will it be Turley? Will it be Jill? She's in the wrong place, but she's on the quicker line. If she breaks that little bit early, Turley will have to understeer slightly across the road. You can see the damage there. He's in on the brakes. She's got to walk on the brakes here and come around the back of him and then try and get on the inside for Dublin Crystal.
And certainly you can see by the amount of bodywork damage there just how determined Jill Austin was to get past Brendan Travers, but then didn't reckon on the fact that Greg Turley would be able to get past her. But she's going to try down the inside line. This is a dangerous manoeuvre from her point of view. She might be able to keep that line if she doesn't outbrake herself. Jill Austin does well. A little puff of smoke from that outside right tyre. Goes on the wide line. Brendan Travers now down the inside, and he gets fourth place back again. That is a fantastic racing between these three. Jill Austin, as they go down the Coca-Cola Straight up into third place, she's trying to keep a place on the podium, but right behind her is Brendan Travers as Turley is relegated to third place. They go down to the corner, the Furley Glen corner. This is the only place they can actually overtake, because when they go back into the main straight again, they cannot overtake because of the stationary yellow flag.
She was absolutely brilliant there, Jill. She came in, she left the braking right to the last minute, just locked the wheel just a little bit, let the car go out wide to make it wide for Turley and close it, but she's outbraked herself there and let Travers through, and that's what Travers did the last time. He said, thank you very much indeed, Jill, you got me there the last time. And she has a habit of having to drive side by side with these guys through what is a very quick swinger, but she's got back in front again, and fair dues to her. She's got to move over and keep that door closed, which she does. Now Turley gets by Travers, so if she can let these two battle it out between them, she'll get her head down and she'll be in a comfortable third place. Do you call this comfortable?
Absolutely. This was the incident here where Jill Austin just broke herself. She was trying to turn into the corner, couldn't do so. Travers got alongside, but I think Travers seemed to lose a little bit of momentum as he was trying to get a gear going up the SDP straight. But from her point of view, Jill Austin's point of view, that was the best outcome, and she retains that third place as they go into the final lap. The battle for third. Up in front, Clive Pratt still leads Mervyn Miller by some 3.23 seconds into the Dublin Crystal Corner for the last time, and a little nudge from Travers. Nudge from Travers, and Jill Austin survives that.
Well, he actually helped her on because she was slowing down there and she had a locked wheel, and he just ran straight into the back for her and gave her about 2 car lengths, and Turley was on his tail immediately. But that is our leader at the moment. That is Clive Pratt. Miller making inroads on him, but don't forget we're on the final lap. He's not going to do anything about it, so it's all down to the battle for third place. First man gets through. Yellow station is still there, no passing. Miller gets through. Who will be third place? Will it be Jill Austin? We're watching down through the Ordnance Survey as they get down through here, and it's still Jill Austin down at Argus Rentals. She's through with a car length. She's been ahead before. Can Travers do anything about it?
Well, we've just been handed a note to say that these 3 drivers have been reported for racing under the yellow flag, so they got to be very careful themselves. But this is our race leader as they come down around the Sav corner for the very last time. Clive Pratt will win in the park. The end of the 8th lap race. He's coming up to the checker flag now, pumps the steering wheel in celebrations. Clive Pratt wins at the park. In second place it is Mervyn Miller, car number 99. This the battle for third place. Jill Austin, also Brendan Travers and Greg Turley as they come down the line together. I think it's going to be Jill Austin who'll get a place on the podium, but as I say, a couple of cars, these 3 cars have been reported for racing under the yellow flag as they came down by the Argus Rentals corner. Whether she can keep that place remains to be seen, but Clive Pratt wins, Mervyn Miller second, and in third place it was, as we see on the road, Jill Austin. Once again, let's have a look at this, Brian.
Yeah, she just braked nice and early, put it on it. He came in, Brendan, very late on the brakes and just helped her out of the corner.
So back they come, the victor of the Fiat Uno race at the park. Clive Pratt of Carlow, second place Mervyn Miller from Ashbourne, and Gillian Austin from Naas takes third.